Council.
Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
Hey, welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio, brought by BeExposedRadio.com. I am your host, Hellier, and we have our co-host,
Zakia Ayana, aka Sweet Baby. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, and also we have our special guest in here as well, Amma Brown.
Amma Brown.
Sorry.
For those of you long-time listeners, it's good to be back. I definitely came through to celebrate the 2-year anniversary with Nate, who, of course,
3 years.
3 years. Sorry, my bad. Yes, I knew that. To celebrate Nate's 3-year anniversary, he had to run. He'll be back with you guys later. So I came for the top of the hour to hang out for a little bit, but you know, I'm expecting next month, so I'm not staying out too late. I'm going to bed. So.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Black by Demand Radio Show. I'm your host, Brother Mike. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Listen, we missed you guys. We missed everybody because of the holiday. We wasn't here last week. So it's good to be back on the radio, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. So let me welcome my special guest co-host, Mr. Jason Gome.
How you doing, everybody?
Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
So we had a week off. Was that good?
Yeah, I
was for the holiday. For the holiday.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be in South Carolina, but it didn't work out. Thanks to the hurricane. But I'm not complaining though, because people are dealing with some serious stuff down there. So me not being able to take my vacation, not that big of a deal, you know. So we're here. So let's get it popping. So we also want to welcome our other guest, Miss Janice McCaffity, aka Miss Janice. Welcome to the Black by the Man Radio Show, Miss Janice.
Hey, everybody.
Appreciate you coming out, linking in with us.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate y'all sitting in with us. Of course, we're going to have another exciting episode of the Black by the Man Radio Show. So, before we get into the topic, I just want to speak about this weather a little bit. So this weather's been a little crazy, these hurricanes that we getting.
It's definitely been beyond crazy, and they've been bigger than average from what we've been used to seeing from.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Heart machine, but I digress. Moving on. Yeah, so definitely want to send a shout out to all the people that's out there dealing with the hurricane situation. You know, you guys are definitely in our prayers, you know, that things get better for you, because that's serious, man, to be displaced. Yeah. You know, because of weather situations, you know.
From New Orleans to Houston, now Florida, I don't think I would live in that area of the country anymore.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I just don't think I would live there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That weather is serious. Miss Janice, how you feel about the hurricanes that's going on, man? There's a lot of people getting displaced. Our people in particular.
Just
don't be nervous. It's okay.
Just want to send my prayers out to everybody.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what we want to send prayers out to all the people dealing with the hurricane.
Praying for y'all.
We praying for y'all. You know, hope everything works out. I believe Be Exposed Radio right here is a spot where you can send in items if you want to donate to hurricane relief, so forth and so on.
Most definitely.
So anywho, so let's move on, man. Today's September the 11th, and on today's show, what we want to talk about is the Black Bank Challenge. The Bank Black Challenge. Let me say it correctly. The Bank Black Challenge. So have you guys heard about that at all?
Well, I've heard about it through you. Like, I've seen it when we were, like, the whole Black Lives Matter thing was going on. I remember people switching their money to black banks, like Killer Mike.
Right,
all them switching it over. But then it kind of faded out. But I think no black bank even has a holdings of $1 billion. So
no, not yet. And we gonna get into that. I'm gonna tell you which one is on course to get that. But yeah, the Bank Black Challenge, kind of a tongue twister there. It was actually initiated by Killer Mike. Killer Mike is a rapper from the South. He had a couple couple hits back in the day.
Yeah, the Adidas,
he's right.
Outcast in the Dungeon
family. Right. The Dungeon family, exactly. So he's the one that was initially put on record for setting this in motion. What I like about it, though, other than the whole concept, is that Terry Williams from One United Bank, she's the CEO. One United happens to be the largest black-owned bank in the United States. So she picked up the challenge and then also issued it out to people, you know, to switch to black banking. And of course, we're going to get into, you know, the benefits of this. You know, what is this all about? What are they trying? What message are they trying to communicate with us with the Bank Black Challenge? I've seen a lot of challenges, social media, you know, things like that. I think this is the best one I've seen. It also happens to be the one that's really not getting all the limelight that, you know, the ice bucket challenge got.
All the
ice bucket challenge, right?
Ones.
Right, like a little bit of ridiculous. So I think this one should be pumped up a little bit more. But so, Miss Janice, was you familiar with it at all before you actually heard of it as far as the topic?
I wasn't really familiar with it until Killer Mike. That's when I really first started hearing about it.
Yeah, he's been on Front Street with it. He's been on Front Street kind of being the lead. But I just thought it was great when the actual CEO of the largest black-owned bank stepped forward and, you know, spoke on it and issued it out as well. You know what I mean?
To be honest, no one has ever, I mean, you knew there were black banks out there, but no one has ever really talked about it.
Right.
And I'm surprised even like rappers, I mean, they talk about all this stuff for the community. I'm surprised, with exception of a few, you know, like Chuck D, Killer Mike, but why don't they have their money in black banks? Because you would figure all these millions, all this money being generated, I mean, their money should be in a black bank. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. At least a portion of it.
At least a portion of it.
At least a portion
Some show
of it.
money, something. I mean, I'm not saying some of them aren't doing that, but they don't publicize it. I think if they push the agenda, I think that it will be more people would do it. Like Killer Mike's famous, and I know him because I liked the group he was a part of, but he's not like Jay-Z or Jeezy famous or beyond, you know, so that kind of makes a difference if those people really push for that.
If those people step forward, they'd probably shut that movement down quick because they have too much influence. I think they look at Killer Mike like, who knows who Killer Mike is?
Besides hip hop heads,
right.
I mean, I've always had a few family and friends who have used the black banks.
Okay.
Especially, I believe it's the Harbor Bank.
Right, downtown.
Yeah, they've been using it for a while. So I do actually have quite a few friends and family who use black banks.
Yeah, well, that is that's interesting because it's not a lot of black banks around, you know. So here in Baltimore, Harbor Bank happens to be, I think, the main black bank here in Baltimore. We were actually talking about Terry Williams from One United. She is, I think their corporate location might be in Atlanta, maybe. I know they have a location in Atlanta.
It is in Atlanta.
Because she's gotten a good response from Atlanta.
Yeah, I think it was
because, of course, Atlanta happens to contain a lot of black people who are business people. Right?
Yeah, I used to live there.
And she's got some of the rappers and some of the celebrities to actually put some money into the bank, to boost their accounts. Now, based on what you were saying, that there's no black bank that has $1 billion in assets. So what she was saying is at this rate, because they got like 20 million in deposits in like a real short period of time, like a couple months, right? So she was saying like at that rate, they're on path to be the first black bank to have $1 billion in assets. Yeah, so I think that is wonderful, and that's why I want to talk about this today. So go ahead, Jason.
That is just crazy because we spend the most money.
Yes, we do.
How much is it? Like 16 trillion? It's some crazy.
1.6 billion is what? Trillion is what we spend every year.
Every year.
1.6 trillion.
Bank has $1 billion in deposits.
Right.
Which is. That's just.
It's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
And I think.
Very disturbing.
Right. Very disturbing. And I think this is why we need more black media, so we can talk about these things that pertain to us. See, you're not going to get this on the local news. You're not going to get this on CNN. You can only get this here at the Black Body Man Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. So let me just put that out there. And the Black by Demand radio show is sponsored by blackbydemand.com. This is our Black Craigslist, basically. So it's the one-stop shop for black business, whether you're a business owner and you want to place an ad on there to advertise your business, or you just someone who has something to sell, or you want to buy something. We have to start taking care of ourselves. So blackbydemand.com is a good way for everybody to understand this is our new Craigslist. So this is the Black Craigslist, blackbydemand.com. So we want all you guys to go to blackbydemand.com and check it out, post items for sale, post ads about your business, so forth and so on.
Or if you're giving away anything.
Yeah, it's actually an option on there for free. Absolutely. It's an option on there for free.
Can I say something, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Real quick. And when we say support black business, that means if you riding past a CVS and you thirsty, you don't go get your soda.
Right.
Because I think a lot of times we take it to the extreme. Like
right.
It's just
even with the Bank Black Challenge, Terry Williams herself said, "Listen, this is the CEO of One United." She's like, listen, we're not saying you can't have an account somewhere else.
Yeah,
we're just simply saying at least have a black account.
Or have a savings account there. You can still get your credit card from Capital One. You need to get your credit card. No one's not telling you. I have 2 or 3 bank accounts too.
Right.
So the reality is that we always, when we say support black business, it's like how we handle it is always to the extreme. Right. Like, oh, but this and this, and it's just like, no, you can still just go, if there's a soul food place that's owned black, go get your food, but you can still go to CVS.
Right.
Right.
To be handled extreme.
Yeah, because there's no way you can commit every dollar, towards us. As much as we would love to say we can do that, but it's not reality. But I think banking black is highly important, and we're going to get into the reasons why we believe that we have to take note of this, we have to discuss this, and we're going to get into what's the benefits. You know what I mean? What's the benefits? I know a lot of you guys out there are wondering, okay, so what are the benefits if we decide to start banking black? So we're going to tell you. We're going to go over quite a few things dealing with that. But I do think it's important. I think it's important to have these type of media outlets, So again, big ups to BigExposedRadio.com for letting your boy, Brother Mike, have the Black by Demand radio show. We need this type of media where we can discuss things and deal specifically with us. So, Killer Mike is who kicked this off. I find that to be ironic, like the generation I come from. Well, hip hop was, viewed as like, some jungle music. You know what I mean? It wasn't accepted the way it is today. So for me to have somebody from the hip hop game be the one to come forward and initiate this whole, Bank Black Challenge, I think that's great, man. You know what I mean? Because it shows the world that these guys just don't only write rhymes, you know what I mean? Like, they have other thought processes, things that they are concerned about, so forth and so on.
Yes, and he's had a lot of support from his fellow rappers.
Yes.
As well.
Yes. And that's an area that might not have been reached so easy had he not been part of the game. You get what I'm saying? Being part of the game, he can reach out and talk to people. We can't. So he can go call Ludacris up. You know what I mean? Right. Call up Jay-Z, whoever.
Call T.I.
Right, call T.I.
I wonder who their businessman. I need to be these people's business manager, because if they all put up $1 million into investment in the bank, even if they push that agenda, they get their money back.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I look at that, it's just like, I wonder who their business managers are, because just even if they have a selfish motive to make money, if they still wanted black people to progress better, they can all put up that money, invest in the bank, because that Terry would definitely probably take that open up branches, and people would deposit because of the influence, and they see that money back.
Yes,
and sometimes
they would.
You do have a motive or an agenda to make money, but sometimes it can still be beneficial towards the community at the same time.
Yes. I mean, that's how other races get ahead.
Yeah.
So as you can see, this is going to be a great discussion, man. I hope you guys tune in. So we're going to take our first commercial break. And then we're going to go ahead and dive into the Bank Black Challenge. So we'll be back, BigExposedRadio.com, Black by Demand radio show with your boy, Brother Mike. We'll be back.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio. Are you getting your kids this hoverboard thing that's taking over the country? They range from $300 to $600. They're blowing up. And then I mean literally blowing up. That one video, I thought that was going to be the one and only video that I saw in reference to it. And it wasn't. I seen, now I could probably tell you about 10 to 15 videos of this happening where this battery gets super, super hot and burns like holes into your tennis shoes.
Oh my.
And I know you would be pissed if you was wearing Jordans and you just paid all that money, you know, your lights are off. And
especially if they're from China.
Your lights off.
Check out the Talk Lately show every Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice Products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice Products today.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
If you had a dream venue, where would that be? Like, some people want to do Carnegie Hall or like a big stadium somewhere.
I want to go with Madison Square. I wanna feel that
so
building.
You just gonna shoot for the moon.
I want to feel it. I want to look out and just feel the vibration of all of those people there to be uplifted and all of that, because that's what I want to do for people.
So are you dancing? Or I
want to implement that. I think I want to start doing some blocking, like not like and tear it up, but just like a
a little 1-2,
pal, a little, not voguing, but kind of the essence of it, very posy and hit the mark. Yeah, we're not trying to like bust out sweats.
So that means you don't have the dance gene in you.
I can dance.
Okay,
that's not what I want to do. I can dance, but I'm not, trying to give that. That's not my lane. I want to keep it really kind of a retro feel with like the new school with a retro feel. Like
okay. Little Banji Soul.
Yeah.
People gonna start using that.
Right. And they should.
Little Banji Soul. Yeah. But just mark it so people know, like, this was mine.
This where it came from. Because, people was queens out here now that was princesses last week. They was princesses before my album dropped. Now they queen or something. Like, pinky up.
I cannot.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice Products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice Products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Black by the Man Radio Show. I'm your boy, Brother Mike. Thanks for tuning in. So, in case you guys missed it, what we are talking about today is the Bank Black Challenge that's been issued by Killer Mike, challenging black people to start banking black and start putting our money inside of some of our institutions. So, let's get into the importance of it, because we know everybody wants to know, why should we do this? Because black people, when it comes to doing black things, okay, first thing everybody want to know is why. Why? They don't question the other side. You know what I mean? Buy this iPhone for $800. Okay. Bank black. Why?
What's
a bunch of whys, right? So I'm gonna clue everybody in on a little bit of information. Okay, so everybody's pretty much familiar with Martin Luther King's mountaintop speech, right? Well, one of the things that they don't disclose about that speech is during that speech, he actually told the audience to take their money out of the downtown banks and move them into the black banks in the tri-state area. So let me repeat that again, because I love that, right? Martin Luther King Jr. on his mountaintop speech actually told the audience that we need to start banking black. That's it in a nutshell. Now you notice you never hear anyone talk about that. No one mentions that, but he told us to do that.
Yeah, because they never talk about before he died, he changed his tune.
All yes, that he did. Yes, he did.
Overcome and stick together. He was not talking about that.
That's right.
Before he passed.
Right.
So it was, we need to stick together, group economics,
yes,
all that stuff.
Yes.
They never, that's the part they always leave out. They don't even put that on as whatever, his memorial in DC. They ain't doing none of that.
Right. So with what we got going on today in our society and all the injustices that black people are experiencing, I think now is a prime time for us to start recognizing that economics has a lot to do with everything. You know, economics, you know, like when people are not giving you proper justice, one of the ways that you force them to recognize who you are is through your economics. You make yourself a powerhouse. So for us, our powerhouse is in our spending dollar. We spend 1.6 trillion a year, you know, so instead of marching all the time, and I'm not trying to be a heretic, I'm just simply offering an alternative perspective on things we can do. We can start banking black. We can start showing those who don't want to treat us right, listen, we're not going to keep giving you our money. We're not going to keep your institution alive while at the same time you're keeping alive the institution of racism.
Absolutely.
You know, so I'm putting my money into your bank and then I don't get nothing from it. You deny me for loans and all that more than everybody else.
Well, Wells Fargo and I think with M&T, that's all free. That all that money initially came from free labor.
Sure.
You know.
That's how they built their banks up, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, with everything that's going on, I'm sure people can look at why people would start speaking about the bank black challenge, right? But what they don't know is black banks were actually created out of the civil rights movement. You know, so black banks were first created both prior to and during civil rights movements when traditional banks were not allowing black people to open accounts. Banking black has a historical connection to Reconstruction when newly freed slaves had nowhere to go. Okay, so this has been around, right? If you bank black, it will help accelerate economic revitalization of distressed communities, which we know are black communities. So we can actually improve our communities if we begin to bank black. And it sends a message that you can't just do anything to us and think we're not going to respond. You know, we may not return it with the violence that's being brought against us, though I don't have a problem with that. Let's lay that out there, right? I mean, shit, you know, you kill my dog, I'm going to slay your cat. It's one of them type things, right? But we can control our money, you know, and start banking black. So, Jason, I'll start with you. What do you think are some of the more important reasons that we should entertain banking black? You know, even though, like we said, we're not saying anyone has to take all their money and put it in a black bank. If you do that, that's great, you know, but we're not saying you have to do that. But we at least need to support our banks, right?
Well, I would just say just is investment, because if you're, okay, a lot of the times, if you say you want a loan for a business, right, you're dealing with someone who's probably from your situation, probably knows your background.
Exactly.
And maybe knows you personally because maybe you've banked there for a while. Maybe they know it's community based. They know somebody.
Right.
And they might be able to say, oh, okay, Jason's credit is fair. He got a 600. But I see his hustle. He's working hard. He needs this 5,000 to start this stand.
Right.
You know, I see he does pay whatever on time.
Right.
It's a low risk. Let me go ahead and give him a chance.
Right. So you saying we could get the experience, someone actually relating to our personal situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. I think as black people, that's something we're not familiar with.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Janice, as a woman, right? Wouldn't it be nice if, as a black woman, you go to a bank, a black bank, right? And the woman that you're talking to, the loan officer, she's able to relate to your situation as a black woman.
Right.
You understand what I mean?
She may not be from my neighborhood, but she could be from a neighborhood
Right.
like mine. So yes.
Right. So because of that, you may now be dealing with a situation where you have a person that is working hard to get you a yes versus crossing every T and dotting every I, working hard to get you a no. Because they work hard to get us a no. Like you said, when your credit score is right and all that, they gonna keep looking.
Well, there was a case in Michigan, I remember, where these black elites were trying to get in this particular area. You know, that's the whole Ford, all them, like those neighborhoods, like all that Michigan money is.
Right.
They would fill these loans, would have a 750, got 400,000 in the bank,
right?
No debt. They could not get approved. So eventually they had ended up doing a lawsuit. I think they had won, but that's what I'm trying to say. So even with the perfect credit, with the money,
right,
with the experience, with the job, still won't let you in.
The judgment was there. The judgment was there. So right off the back, we could get a chance to deal with some people who can relate to our personal situation.
Yeah,
It might actually do what a loan officer is supposed to do, which is work for you and try to help you
and there's other
get the loan.
parts to that situation, but I'm just saying in general.
Right.
Denied
Okay,
you know,
hold that thought, Jason. Hold that thought. We're going to take another commercial break. Black by the Man Radio, only at BeExposedRadio.com. As you can see, this is going to get good. We'll be right back.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome everybody to the Black by Demand Radio Show. I'm your host, Brother Mike. Thank everybody for tuning in.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back everybody to the Black by the Man Radio Show. Today we are talking about the Bank Black Challenge. I always got to take my time saying that. It's almost like a tongue twister. So we were trying to go over some of the benefits of banking black, right? So my research has shown that banking black will give black people more access to financial services. So that's pretty much what we were talking about. There's a large amount of African Americans who actually don't even have bank accounts, and you know they're in a situation where they experience job loss, financial loss, or they're turned down by mainstream banks. And this prevents a lot of black people from accumulating mortgages, you know, getting loans to start businesses, which is a big one, because a lot of people don't know that, like, when it comes to us, they're willing to lend us money when it comes to certain situations. So you can get lent money to buy a car.
Educate, school.
Right, school, because they're going to put you in debt with school, right? If you play the game hard enough, you can make it to a point where you get a home loan, right? But they're going to get you on the interest rate, okay? So it's been proven. Bank of America has been caught up and sued for illegal racist practices with their interest rates. It's been proven they give African Americans higher interest rates. You know, so if we begin to bank black, you know, we can avoid, you understand what I mean, some of these situations where it's institutional racism. You know, banking black, having access to financial services, and maybe getting the proper guidance. But the thing that they hide is that they don't give us loans for businesses. No. See how that works? As a black person, if you want a loan for a business from a well-known bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or whatever, they're going to put you through the ringer to get it. It's not going to be an easy task. They give you money for the car, the student loan. But see, a business means you about to get independence, be an entrepreneur, and there are forces at work that don't want that to happen. You understand what I mean? So I think with a black bank, like, those are some of the things that can be eliminated. Miss Janice, what are some of the benefits you think in regards to banking black? When you think about having a black bank account, what type of benefits do you think of as far as how it's going to benefit you in the black community?
Well, I think it'd be beneficial in the black community just by jobs.
Okay.
Let me think about that.
Okay, we'll let her think on that. So we were saying access to financial services, you know, because a lot of us don't have access to it. And when you don't, you know, have your game tight, you know, about credit and how to fill the application out or whatever, like, loan officers are supposed to help you with that. So if we're dealing with more black loan officers, do you think we can get fair practices out of them?
Yes.
Definitely.
It's, yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Okay, I like that. And that's why we need to experience it. So evidently this was born out of, you know, times where we were struggling as a people. African Americans make up 13.2% of the U.S. population, yet there are only 21 black-owned banks by African Americans, you know, between 21 and 23, right? Out of 6,000. So we own less than 25 banks out of 6,000. That's not good. That is 0.04%.
I just was looking up. Guess how much it's so funny. I'm gonna show you the disparity to open up a bank in America. So this is why we don't even do it. Guess how much it takes to open up a bank here, just to even start, to fill out the FBI background check and get the money for them to want you to get started. Right. 10 to 30 million. Woo! Now offshore, 150,000 to 250,000.
Right, and you got yourself a bank.
So we already understand why that. If I have to explain that to you, just
right. You haven't been paying attention, right?
so
you haven't been paying attention.
You can get a group of black investors to come up with 150,000. I'm pretty sure it's harder for you to come up with 30 million.
Right, definitely.
Because you know you ain't paying the 10.
Yeah,
you paying about 45 to 60. Probably.
Right. So that sounds like numbers that they know is only going to be achieved by certain groups.
With Jay-Z.
Right. That's what I mean. Certain groups, right? Oh man, that's that's bad. So let's talk about how banking black strengthens the black community. So you get offered more financial services to people who might not have access to it, right? So when you're dealing with banking, and we talk about, you know, black people who deal with a lot of check cashing places. So one of the things that I found in my research was that evidently dealing with institutions that are not African American can be intimidating to a lot of people. So when you take someone, you know, that's like, you know, say they went through something in their life and they just getting their life back on track and they're a little older, they can be a little intimidated to go into the bank, knowing they don't know the ins and out, you know what I mean? And some of the polls have said that black people don't feel like they get a friendly response you know, when they go deal, you know, with these banks. Have you guys had any experiences with banks where you felt like they weren't treating you appropriately because of your skin color? I mean, I know I got a few stories.
It's always going to be a little different when you're dealing with somebody from the same community as you are. So when you're dealing with the black
because they relate to your problems.
Right.
They relate to your problems, right?
Right. They can better understand what your needs are.
Mm-hmm.
I have so much to say, but I don't even want my
Go ahead, brother. Let it loose. This is the Black Body Man radio show.
So you're going to get a response you're going to get an extreme response. I feel like there's a certain type of because nobody ain't going to get that response, and you're going to get the person who goes, okay, yeah, I see it. And then you're going to get the response to the person and just like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone, I don't understand what you guys see, even after the Trump election. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's fair and it's equal. I just feel like, even me, I just was thinking to myself, I was like, well, no, my banking experience has been okay. And I was like, no, if I really want to look into it, they were treating me funny in there.
Right, yeah. I definitely had experiences where they weren't treating me the way they should.
A lot of us, we think white is right, so we really just don't want to say anything publicly because you want white validation. That's why I didn't want to say it. You be fronting like I didn't even want to do it. It's like I'm trying to stay on topic.
Right.
So in your mind, you'll go, oh, America's not that racist. It's okay now. Even though those people marching up the street in Virginia here with tiki torches. No,
right.
I'm not saying that's the whole population, but I'm just saying that the institutional racism is definitely there.
It's definitely
prison
there.
System, economic system. Even me, I had to, because I was one of the people who thought, oh, it's not that bad. And then I started to see slowly, I was like, oh, it actually is that bad.
Right.
If you just, like most black people don't travel.
Mm-hmm. True.
So you might be within your community, you dealing with that other stuff. So you might be dealing with certain stuff in your community. Sometimes you don't deal with the other side to really know how bad that is.
Right.
But the people, like East Coast is a little bit different, but even like the brothers is in the South in a small town who don't leave. He not, I mean, he know the people up the street in that county is racist, but once you move around, you start to see that it's like in every area of the country, because you just maybe think it's your particular area, and you just find that it's black people in Seattle dealing with it, black people in California, Arizona, Texas, Mississippi.
Right.
You know.
So it turns out that historically, black banks are typically located within urban black communities, and they are more likely to lend to black people and to black communities, you know, and people who are trying to have startups, you know, for their businesses. So when they say it's generally located basically around us, I think that plays a part, because now we're talking about convenience. So if as a black person, if someone can say to you, well, go to that bank right up there, it's actually a black-owned bank, and then it's, you know, right in your neighborhood, because it's not like the larger institutions of dominant society are going to put their institutions around us. You got to go to it to get to it.
So what could we do, or what could be done to make black people trust black banks?
Right.
Because that's just the reality.
That is definitely a reality. That is definitely a reality as far as us thinking, am I going to be offered the same type of services with this black bank that I would have been offered with a bank of dominant society?
Well, what are the black banks doing that black people don't trust them? First, what are they doing?
I think, I don't know exactly what they're doing.
I'm just saying,
I think a major part is probably not targeting.
I'm just saying, so why are we making them prove themselves?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's exactly.
And I think that's what Jason's getting at.
I'm exactly with you, because I feel like, again, like I said earlier, when it's black, it's like black people, we're hesitant on black business. I mean, I don't know. I see it. Maybe people don't see it, but I see it.
No,
like,
I agree.
Like questions come.
That why thing. It's that why thing again.
You never question. So you never heard of any scandal financially with black banks, but Wells Fargo, who I have an account with, was stealing money out of my account. And that's lining their pockets, and then switching stuff back and doing those on 43 million accounts. But yet you're questioning how
how the black bank gonna
the
treat
validity
you.
of a black bank. That's what I'm getting at.
That's what I'm saying. Are they giving us interest rate at 24%? Are they doubling? I mean, what are they doing
It's just
that we don't trust them?
It's psychologically, I feel like blacks just don't trust black. And there's a lot of people who will probably dispute that, but I think you're not really being that honest with yourself.
Right.
We question. What do you always hear?
Yeah.
You know, you can't go. I can't say certain words, but you can't go to. You know how black you are the black bitch. You know how they do. They not. We had this thing like.
Right. Yeah. We give up on each other very easily.
Very quickly.
Very quickly. I think that's definitely a stigma that's within us. I think it comes from the 400 years of psychological warfare that we've been trained not to support each other.
Well, I think before we give up on each other quickly, I think first we have to give each other a chance.
Yeah, we do. We do.
So the reason, like I said, I'm posing these questions is just to make people think, because I'm right with me. You might feel the same way on this, but that's why I asked that question, because I can sit up here and tell you all this positive stuff, but why don't you? Maybe someone here listening, well, you're right. Why don't you trust the black bank? That's what I feel like. And people say, well, who's saying we don't trust black banks? The deposits say you don't trust black banks.
Right. There you go.
Because they don't have $1 billion in holdings. Right. And
I'll give you the numbers on it. Blacks only spend 2 to 3% of their dollars on black-owned businesses. And they spend 97 to 98 on businesses owned by other races. That's a problem.
And the dollar exchanges the black hand 0 times. If you talk about Asian people, it's the dollar stays in the community 23 to 30 times before it even leaves and goes to somebody else.
Goes somewhere else, right.
So that means it might stay. This dollar stays here for 5 years. It stays here for 2 years.
Right.
It stays here for a year. You know, then it gets exchanged.
Right.
Hands, whatever, when it gets exchanged. And then ours is not even one.
It's not even one, and that's a part of what disturbs me, because I feel like we are in a society, in a game that we don't even know the rules to.
Yeah.
Like half of us don't even know that we even in the game, and then the half that know, okay, there is a game being played, but we don't know the rules.
Oh, and those who get out, you ain't never gonna see them again.
Right.
It's a wrap. They out in their neighborhood.
Right.
I'm talking, even your uncle, your brother.
Right.
The people who get out.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know the rules. Yeah. And part of the rules with this society is you have to play on your team. And I don't want people to get that confused with thinking you hate another team. You just have to play for your team. You assigned a team. We on team black. White people on team white. Asians on team Asians. It doesn't mean you hate any other team, but it means I need to have something in my life that I'm doing that supports my team. That's all. White people have something they do in their life that supports their team. So do Asians. Black people don't.
I was sitting here thinking about how you could pull like just people in just black business and black agenda in general. What has to be done, what used to work, you have to take the aggressiveness out of the message. Because as soon as it's aggressive, because we want white validation, y'all can say what y'all want,
right?
Because as soon as you hear an aggressive message, what? Oh, I don't want them to view me like. So, and a lot of us have done it. So if you want to be honest with yourself, I mean, because even me, when I first started doing the radio show, like I was thinking, well, what are we talking about? I still need to get a job.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to offend these people, and I can't get no gig.
But then I can't even think about that because I have to tell the truth, and the message has to get out.
Right. Well, I'll tell you something interesting on that from my perspective, right? Of course, because of my view on certain things, you know, certain black people, they see me as being a little too strong. Like, I don't know, Mike's a little militant, so forth and so on. But what I have found is that, like, I know a bunch of white people. Like, I'm from Harford County, right? So the white people that I talk to, and they see my stance on things, they completely respect it. Because they see, okay, he's starting to realize what's going on in the game. And he's trying to do something that's going to help benefit him and his team. White people don't have a problem with that. Black people do. White people don't have a problem with that. White people do not get mad, at least not the ones I've been around and dealt with, at knowing that you're trying to do something to advance your people. Black people is who challenge you on that. Because some of us just, you know, the mental is just not right.
That's why I posed the question, why don't we trust black banks?
Right. Like a lot of white people understand, oh, no, he's not racist. you know, he's trying to bat for his team. Like, again, you're on a team. I don't care if it's team black, team white, team gorilla, team ant, you know, whatever. You're on a team. Like, you know, it's no different than any other team. If I like the Ravens, it doesn't mean I have to hate Carolina. You get what I'm saying? But black people, we've associated ourselves with a mindset that if we pro-black and we want to do things that's going to better the future for us, for our children, well, that must mean we hate somebody else. Absolutely not. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means I'm going to bat for Team Black because that's the team that I'm on. You know, if I'm on the Ravens, I got to try to score touchdowns. You know, we got jokers on the team that don't want to be on the team. You understand me? Because, like you said, validation, they view it as coming from somewhere else. But hold that thought, Jason. We're going to take another break. Stay with us, everybody. Black by the Man Radio Show. We'll be back.
Well, isn't it the bigger banks?
Business owners need more customers, offer fantasy sports contests, and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT. Or visit Fanify.com.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty about Jennifer Holliday.
Anyway, let's get back to
Yeah, well, what I wanted to say is that I can understand 100% where Jennifer Holliday is coming from, and that's sort of kind of where my 20% came from. When I basically came out and said who I voted for, I received a lot of backlash. Even on my own talk show, which comes on every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m., I was called a coon. Okay, yeah, shout out for the plug. But yeah, someone actually, you know, they told CJ Bernie that I was a coon, and that really hurt me. I've been called everything from a fat whatever and everything, but someone actually commented on his Facebook.
I didn't even say that. That's kind of
called me a coon, but it's like I like you. It's crazy because I just feel like someone like Jennifer Holliday. I understand why she stepped down, but I'm kind of upset with her because I think she still should have performed. You know, if you're going to jump out there, then stand in your truth. Don't let no one stop you or change your mind about anything. And listen, no one put a gun to her head and made her sign on for that. But it just seems like, you know, she was basically, she was bullied.
But see, the thing about it is they will put a gun to her head to not do it.
I don't think so.
Well, that's what the threat says. You got to say, it's why it's called a threat. You don't know the hypotheticals in there that could happen to you.
Why do you think
she's not a well-known singer, so she's not going around with security. Since she goes to get her tracks at the mall,
right?
Pow!
Right, but at the same time,
we got a whole bunch of dead cats.
Yeah, but like what she said in the footage, you know, today on The View was basically it's not white people who was threatening her. It was us who was threatening her.
Right. Where do you think she live? I think she live in Atlanta.
Exactly.
They gonna get her at the Ku Klux Klan mall and drag her by her hair. You know her hair made a cat. She got the new weave.
I don't have Jennifer Holliday money, honey. I don't know what it might be because it's. I don't got Jennifer Holliday money, but me personally, I feel as though, you know, like I said, once I kind of came out, and even being on this show, because I'm pretty sure the headline says Trump supporter, I'm putting a lot of myself out there. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Black by the Man Radio Show. Today we are talking about the Bank Black Challenge. So I want to read one of the comments here from Mr. Marcus Clark. Marcus says, the big problem is imposed assimilation. Generations of programming to hate not just ourselves, but to be skeptical of what is perceived competition of each other.
Yep.
I agree 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Marcus, we got the phone lines open again too, brother, if you want to try to call in. For all those listening, you can call in and talk with us. 410-702-5657. That's 410-702-5657. Feel free to call us up and be live on the air if you ain't scared, you know, and talk to us, man. So yeah, I agree 100%, Marcus, man. You know, good comment, brother. I appreciate you participating, because this is what we need. We want people out there listening to participate, engage in this conversation with us, man. Let's talk about this. All right, so let's get back to the banking black. So we definitely know that if you bank black, it's going to strengthen communities, right? How would you feel as far as pride? I'll go with you, Miss Janice. The pride you would have of taking your check and putting it in a black-owned bank. Would that give you any type of sense of reward, of support that you're giving your people? Like, what does that do for you mentally?
It would make me feel good that I contributed. It would just...
Would it make you feel like you're playing for your team?
Yes.
Right. You supporting your team, right? So at a minimum, even just having the savings account, we can start making some changes. Jason, how would it make you feel, man? Say we had one local where you could just go in and you know they treated you good, like for the first time in your life. You think you would experience fair business practices?
Absolutely. I think that, and plus it puts, again, the black dollar back in the black community.
Yes.
So again, you have one street, you have 5 business owners who get loans. Now there's activity in the area and there's business in the area.
Right.
So I look at that aspect of it, and then that money's in the community. So as they expand, the community has just more economics than somebody's providing jobs. So that would make me feel great.
Right.
So I plan on getting some business loans in the future. So that's where I'll go.
Yeah, and that's where you're going to need to go if you want to honestly be assessed for your credit worthiness. It's unfortunate to say that, but that's just the reality that we deal with as black people. Definitely everyone that I've spoken with, as soon as I talk about, banking black, the first question is why. You know what I mean? Which is what we were saying. Black people always want to know why when it comes to us. Nobody says, why do I want to buy an iPhone for $800 that don't do nothing but same thing a phone for $50 do. We don't ask why on that because we know that iPhone's not being sold by us. But when it's something that's dealing with us, then suddenly we all become these technical consumers.
Absolutely. When Jay-Z had Tidal, I saw people, I ain't paying $12.99 a month, but you're paying $20 a month for a sling, or you're paying $179 a month for your cable.
Right.
But when Jay-Z charges you $7.99 and $12.99, it begins to be a problem.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It's just, again, that's what I'm saying. Any type of, but if that service was out and it wasn't Jay-Z, you would have never questioned it.
Would have never questioned it at all.
Never questioned it.
Never questioned it at all.
You didn't question Apple Music at all. You can't tell me you question Apple Music.
Right. No, they're not questioning that. Not at all. So what do you think on a larger scale? I'll pose the question to both of y'all. Say we do reach that $1 billion asset. So say One United becomes that first black bank to have $1 billion in assets. How could that benefit us on a larger scale? And I'll give you my thoughts on it. But what do you think on a larger scale that could do? Because that would put them right in the running with the big banks.
It depends what type of economics, like economic investment that, what's her name, Terry
Williams, CEO,
has in play. Because is she going to take, because banks invest their money.
Right.
So point blank period. I mean, some do it in the stock market, some do it in business. Is she willing to take that risk and say, we're going to invest in mortgages,
right,
or we're going to invest in business, or even are we going to have an agenda to, maybe we see this old factory, are we going to purchase it and bring jobs, create jobs into the community,
right,
and strengthen the community through that? So it depends on what the leadership of that bank does with that money. Because if they just hold it,
right. So accountability. And we should be able to make them be accounted. And I honestly think that, these black banks, they want you to challenge their accountability. But the only way we can challenge their accountability is if we give them money. Is if we actually start putting our money in the bank. We got to give them something to work with.
So Akon wanted lighting for Africa.
Right.
He went to the Chinese banks. They gave him $1 billion for that project.
Right.
Again, do I have to just start posing the question and start sharing this on Facebook? Why don't we have a delegation of lawyers and businessmen headed to China? In every hood, there's a broken down factory.
Right.
Our lawyers have checked the tax incentives. We're going to say, hey, you guys will get this type of tax incentive because you're an offshore business, and bring jobs to Park Heights back there in a broken down factory, and then the statistics are shown when brothers have jobs, they're not doing crimes.
Right.
If they have a choice between getting a job and doing crime, they choose the job.
Right.
So it's like that. So if the banks are going to do that, because it has to be some type. It can't even just be them investing in stocks and getting a return. They're going to have community investment. Like it's the only way people group economics.
Exactly. Group economics.
Because with us, I have to say just the truth. Once we just see that one getting ahead, and everyone feels like they're not getting a piece or something out of it, what the black community is going to be dead. It will not survive.
Right.
It will not survive.
Yeah, that's sad. That's sad.
It won't. So you have to be in a situation where if they see that if people seeing that they're benefiting with us and they're getting something out of it, then it will be successful.
Seeing the community be improved.
Yeah, I agree with Jason. I feel the same way. Is it going to create more jobs, lend more money to open businesses?
Yep.
Right.
So I agree.
Right. Which historically has been proven that it does. So it's been historically proven that when you have a black-owned bank near a black community, and then that community is using that bank and putting their money in that bank, that the community does begin to get better, because the bank is going to start reinvesting in the community so they can keep their customers happy and show we not here to just take your money. We also here to help you guys improve the community overall. And I don't think banks from other groups have a concern with improving our communities. Matter of fact, I don't think anybody has a concern for improving our communities, even black people. I don't even think black people care about improving black communities. And the thing I love about having this platform is that we can stimulate thinking processes to show people there is a way. We can chip away at this and then end up making a really beautiful statue, showing the pride of our blackness. But we're going to go to the next commercial break. So stay with us, everybody. Again, you guys can call in at 410-702-5657 if you want to participate in the conversation. This is Brother Mike, Black by the Man Radio, only at BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be back.
Didn't get a chance to tune in last week? Well, here's what you missed on the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Being a stage actor, how has that prepared you for comedy?
Oh man, I think that being a thespian definitely gave me a head start and an advantage over most of the guys who just go right into comedy. It definitely helps with stage presence, memorization. A lot of comedians in the city, they don't consider every aspect of the performance, like what you're wearing, how you say certain words, and being a stage actor, like I definitely, I'm thinking about every part of the joke when I write it or when I perform it. I try to do it as a performer without looking too stagey.
Tune in every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and every Saturday 12 to 2 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com. This is the Artist Exchange. Real artists, real talk.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
This is the reality
of
the world that we're living in. A lot of young people don't have the information that is necessary to have healthy lives. And a lot of the organizations that are geared towards young people don't have individuals that are going to be as honest as this gentleman.
One of the issues that I have with this quote unquote Christian nation that we live in is that
this the Christians
being religion allows you to live in denial, but the world does not live in denial. So who are you helping with your? All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm about to do something.
The reason I shrink that or take that away because it's people who are not religious. It's people who they're not giving their young people, or they don't have a person that could be that honest with them. We all have that. I know I had a mother like that.
There are
rather than
and it's just and it's been recently because I've recently had more interaction with teen mothers than I have in my whole life.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, family, to the Black by the Man Radio Show. I'm your host, Brother Mike. We are here with my guest co-host, Mr. Jason Gomes, and our special guest, Miss Janice McCaffity.
Hi. So
we are talking the Black Bank Challenge. We are challenging people to bank black. So I want to give an example of on a larger scale, right? So say we start banking black, and then we get One United to a point where they become the first black bank with $1 billion in assets. See, I think on a larger scale, when you look at a situation like Michigan with the dirty water, see, one of the reasons we as black people be so powerless when things come against us like that, right? When people try to kill us, let's just keep it real. That's what the governor's out there doing. He's trying to kill those people. You understand what I mean? And there's a lot of black people and there's white people too. But as far as like with black people, see, if we had a black-owned bank that had $1 billion in asset, maybe by then they would have bought a utility. You get what I'm saying? See, we don't own utilities. We don't own water companies. We don't own electric companies, so forth and so on. But one of the reasons we can't make it to that level is because we're not putting our money in our banks. Now, if One United became that $1 billion asset bank, they might have been the company that owned a utility water company somewhere. So when the Michigan crisis happened, this bank could have stepped up and said, listen, we own a water company 3 states over, and we're going to pipe in fresh water so those people don't keep drinking that dirt. That's right. We're going to make moves because it's all about money. You get what I'm saying? So I think even on a larger scale, it still will help us as a people because we have to put ourselves in a position where we own something. You cannot survive in a capitalistic society, which is what America is, right? It's a capitalistic system and not own anything.
You know what?
Same thing for these hurricanes. We wouldn't have to be waiting for help. We can get a jump start on the outside.
Good example. Very good example.
Because you know what disturbs me? I saw again, and prayers go to Houston, but they'll show a black face. Where y'all at? When y'all gonna help us? You didn't see Katrina? They not coming to help you.
See, I seen the video
because we just we can't be during our crises. We call out for the same people who are oppressing us, and they just looking at us like they didn't learn. They didn't learn this from the last 16 times.
I'm trying to tell you. We left y'all, right? And that's what I was going to say. I seen a video on Facebook of a particular black woman who was down in Texas. And she was like, I'm making this video because I want y'all to know what's really going on. You know, and she was like, listen, the Red Cross is down here. They are not feeding black people. They are feeding the soldiers. The trucks from the National Guard and all that are riding by black people and picking up white people. And this is what I'm saying. People don't know the scale of the people who sit at the top of how they want to prevent you from having any type of success. So like you said, you know you have a group of people who feel a certain way about you, but then every time you have a crisis,
why ain't y'all helping?
Right, you expecting them to be the ones to rescue you.
Like,
right.
They like, well, damn, they quiet, but they like, damn, they still ain't.
Sure. So like you said with Katrina, when they rushed them up into the dome and then left them there. All kinds of crime going on in there. You understand what I mean? Like it was lawlessness. It might as well have been the wild dome. You know, craziness going on. So yeah, I think we have to recognize you have to own something. You know what I mean? And at this point, we are just still focused on ourselves as individuals, and then having, you know, just materialistic things. You understand what I mean?
Water crisis. It still bothers me how the government didn't step in right away and just fix the.
Right.
You have celebrities and people surrounding communities giving water to the minorities and of course poor whites that are there too.
Right.
And how?
Right.
Oh, the government again. They are not coming to help you. If that would have been in Bel Air, Maryland,
trying to tell you,
would have been fixed by
it would have been a national crisis. They going through a crisis right now with the heroin epidemic in Harford County, but it's only because it's now being shown that it's not us being strung out on the streets and dying. So it's a lot of Caucasian people.
Crack crisis in the black community. That still boggles my mind with that. Oh, it's a national crisis, but black communities were completely decimated by heroin and crack in the 70s.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's not a crisis.
Destroyed.
Till it affects certain
if you go down to the hood, you'll see the effects of it still stand today. But as soon as a particular group dies, it's a crisis.
It's a crisis.
You have to get help, but as if we're not American citizens either. It's just crazy. I don't know.
Oh yeah, now you definitely going down the rabbit hole with that, with the whole 3/5 of human, and you know the Dred Scott case, you know, which we'll talk about that on another show. It's so much we got to talk about on these future shows, man. Like we trying to bring some stimulation to the mind. You know, we want to educate on some things. But yeah, I think at a minimum it's going to strengthen our communities, and we'll for the first time get to experience some fair banking practices, you know. So if I'm dealing with a black bank and, you know, they turn me down for the loan or whatever, like for the first time, I can honestly never even consider racism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something most of us haven't experienced. You know, even if it wasn't racism with the white people who turned you down, it's still in the back of your mind because it's America.
Absolutely.
You know, it's America, you know, and, you know, for the first time ever, you would actually, you know, experience, well, no, you know, my merits is why they denied me. I'm not quite credit worthy yet, you know, to get this loan or whatever. So I think we have to start investing in our banks. Someone, Charles Green, typed in, is there any black-owned banks in Harford County? And the answer is absolutely not. Absolutely not, and I'm sure ain't gonna be none. Harford County is a Republican county, and trust me, they don't want nothing black. They don't like that they have to sell black pens. But anyway, they prefer for them all to be blue. Blue lives matter. So nah, they don't have one in Harford County. So closest you gonna get is down here in Baltimore at Harbor Bank, and then the largest is One United Bank, which is online. So now we reaching a point in the show, because the Black Body Man radio show, we want to live through transparency, right? So we don't want y'all thinking that we doing a show on something and that we already got, you know, our shit together, you know, all the way. So this show, we are going to leave this show and open up black accounts ourselves, because we don't have them up to this point. Because again, it's something that's not being talked about. You know what I mean? So,
and it's also something that's not in our community.
Yeah, it's not in our community. So I'm going to do mine online with One United.
And I could do One United, or I'm going to decide between One United and Harbor.
Yeah, and then I'm going to do Harbor Bank too, because Harbor Bank I can get to. I'm going to do One United because I want to accept her challenge from Terry Williams, CEO, where she said, just put $100 in a savings account. You know, so I want to step up and accept that challenge. You know, and then I'll get into closer banking with Harbor Bank.
And I'm going to do Harbor, because I'm a little bit familiar with Harbor.
You familiar with Harbor Bank?
Yes.
Yes, I'm actually not familiar with Harbor Bank, but I do know it's here, so I'm going to get familiar. You know, so Harbor Bank, Brother Mike from the Black Body Man radio show is coming to see y'all. I'm coming to see y'all. Hopefully somebody from your bank is watching this. You can contact me at Black Body Man, the number 4, the letter U, at Gmail. So that's Black Body Man 4U at Gmail. Harbor Bank, if you're out there listening, we coming, man. We're going to get some accounts there. So yeah, we want to live by conviction, man. So y'all feel like at the end of this day, y'all going to pop one open as well? You know what I mean? And get an account somewhere. Absolutely. Yeah, because I can't talk about this and then not do it. Shit, I'm excited to do it. You know, it's something I ain't never did in my life before. So you know, not that I've been here that long. I'm only like 29, something like that.
But we're right with you. So y'all listening, if you didn't open up one, we're about to be doing it right with you. So we're right in the same place as you. We're gonna
live by conviction, because I think my generation, right? I think we was the last generation that got to see the generation before us that fought so hard for black issues. You understand what I mean? Like they, you know, my father comes from a generation where there was the black and white water fountain. You know what I mean? We got a call, Nate? All right, we got a call, everybody. Let's see who's on the line with us.
This is Marcus Clark. I was calling you.
Caller, can you hear me?
Radio with the mic.
Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, sir. Brother Mike, this is Marcus Clark.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, is this Marcus?
This is Marcus, yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
How you been, brother?
I'm good, man. It's good to hear from you, man. I appreciate you calling and participating.
Absolutely. I wanted to just say, as I've owned a couple of businesses. I'm out in Arizona, just so everyone's listening knows. I've been in Arizona for quite a few years.
Nice.
Originally from County, and I went to school with Brother Mike in Harford County, so I'm
That's
familiar
right.
with.
We went to school together.
Yes, sir. But I owned a couple businesses here in Arizona, and my biggest problem, I think y'all touched on it earlier, is we don't have enough community support.
Right.
Like, our people don't support our black businesses enough.
Not at all.
To help us get around. As a matter of fact, I think there's a lot more. I don't want to use the word hatred, but maybe jealousy between us, where we don't see it as a possible way for gains in the community, but just that competition that's been bred into us for so long.
Yeah, I agree, man. We have not recognized yet that we are not in competition with each other.
Exactly. And that's the hardest part, and that leads me into the black banking. I think it's the success of the black banking that's creating some type of jealousy with the community, or a pitted competition between what the black banks are being able to do and some of us in the hood can't do.
Right. Yeah. That old crab pot effect. Yeah, it's sad, brother.
So I think what needs to happen, I mean, we all celebrate the black success once it's there. The Jay-Z, the Oprahs, and the Billy Murphys. You know, people. I think what we need to do is concentrate on solidifying the community.
Yes.
If we can do that core area with us, making people understand that we don't all have to dress the same, act the same, talk to be the same.
Right. We don't have to have the same background. We just have to have that common knowledge of knowing, you know, we got to participate in one way or another to help build communities, because we all still got kids and nephews and nieces. And I think we want it to be a little better for them than what it was for us.
Absolutely. And we don't all come from the same background. You know, I didn't come from the inner city, obviously, you know that.
Right.
And where I grew up really was mostly none of us.
Yes.
And I know you experienced a little bit of that, but we're still the same regardless.
Yeah, no doubt. That's right.
In Baltimore City, but we have to get that. We have to get that connection first.
Yeah,
and then I think the connection at the higher levels will come.
Yeah, I definitely agree, brother. And that is one of the main reasons I got the platform, the Black by the Man radio show, because I'm trying to, you know, help people realize that, so we can start making a connection and start talking with each other and participating in things that's going to help us. So I agree, man. And I definitely appreciate you calling in, brother.
Absolutely. You have a good day. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
All right. Thank you, Marcus. Love you, man.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Love you back.
That was Mr. Marcus Clark, man. Marcus, thanks for calling in, brother. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it. We need more people participating. For those who wasn't listening, he was touching in on, you know, basically we got to support each other. We got to get away from this whole thing of jealousy and seeing each other as competition. You know, do you guys feel like that black people still look at each other as competition, or?
Absolutely.
And that's that. Go ahead.
Because I know if I walk in public, right, and I'm around other races, they don't really pay attention to me. They'll look at you and go on about their business. When you see another brother in your age group, you get sized up.
Yeah.
Blank period. It doesn't matter if you're 40 and he 40, you 18 and he 18.
Yeah, you gotta
automatically get sized up.
You gotta really check out Mr. Neely Fuller on YouTube. Older black man, one of the elders. He speaks on that. He calls it poison. He says that, you know, the white supremacy system has poisoned us. So that way, even when we, like you said, walking towards each other, the poison starts to build. You know, you seeing your competitor instead of seeing your brother. Now, I definitely know over the years through my, you know, learnings and readings, I've tried to remove that from myself, because we're all victims of it, you know what I mean? So, like, I go out my way to try to make sure I speak to black people and kind of just give off that positive vibe, you know what I mean? Because I remember being younger, I didn't want to be that way because it was kind of viewed as being soft. You know what I mean? Like you know, we in the hood. You know what I mean? Like you can't really do too much smiling, and you know, jokers look at you like, yo, life ain't no joke. You know what I mean? What you smiling at? And before you know it, you got a situation. You know, so like, but when you grow older, you gotta pull back from that nonsense.
We need to start a black man, black woman, which a compliment challenge or what's up challenge.
Right.
You see another. We need to do that.
Right.
I mean, eventually we'll figure it out.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll definitely figure it out. All right, well, let's go to break. And when we come back, we're going to finish the discussion. Black by the Man Radio, your boy, Brother Mike. Yeah, glad, Mark.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, you know, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, you know, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like I've learned I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, family, to the Black by the Man Radio Show with your boy, Brother Mike. So we're here today talking about the Bank Black Challenge, in case you guys missed any of it. And bottom line is, you know, this is a challenge I think a lot of us need to accept. But I want to go back to what Brother Marcus was saying about support. Support is very important, man. At the Black by the Man Radio Show, we need your support. We need your support. Dr. Anderson was quoted for saying that one of the reasons that black people don't have radio stations and can't maintain them is because black businesses won't sponsor the shows and support it. This is what Dr. Anderson said. And being that, you know, I'm in this game with this show, you know, I kind of want to, you know, break that stereotype because I know what he's saying too. So for those of y'all out there, the way the radio station survives is, you know, we need sponsors. You got black businesses out here. You can have sponsorship of the station and have your ad ran during the commercials 24 hours a day for a very minimum fee. But we need your support. We need your support with the Black by the Man Radio Show. We need your support for Be Exposed Radio. We need your support for blackbytheman.com. We are not going to be able to achieve reaching higher levels without supporting each other. And I want everyone who's listening today to really sit down and think about the words that I'm saying to you. Evaluate your life as a black person and figure out, is there anywhere that you're supporting black businesses, a black radio station, anything black? Because we already know where your money is going in other directions. But we definitely need support, and you know, we want to break those stereotypes. So Black by the Man Radio Show, we know and we think positive that we're going to get some sponsors and air out these black businesses more so people can have a better visual on them. We're going to get the support because I know y'all listening and y'all want to support. So support your local black radio shows and your black businesses.
Yeah, and let's be competitive in the markets and in business.
Yes.
Not with each other.
Yes, I'm not your competitor. I'm not your competitor. If you have more than me, great. I'm happy for you. That only inspires me when I see people with more and doing more. If you have less than me, I hope I inspire you, you know, to get where you want to be. But I don't see no black people as my competition. My competition is not of blackness. Blackness is of love and family and friendship for me. I know we have our problems, okay? Because I know black people like to do that. Man, we got to get this right. We got to get that right. I understand all that. And that's a given. But I try to talk about the things that aren't being heard. You know what I mean? Like banking black. So what do you think, Miss Janice? You definitely feeling pumped up about getting you a black bank account?
I am. I'm definitely pumped up about it. And I'm also excited about just being a contributor to it.
Right.
I want to see black businesses grow.
Right.
And I want to see more jobs created. So I think it's a good challenge.
And I think economics is the key to solving a lot of our problems. I mentioned it on other shows before, but I'm gonna reiterate it, right? Mm-hmm. When you're dealing with racism, we all familiar with discrimination and all its ugliness that comes with it. But when you look at, say, a black person that was murdered, you know, in the streets by the police, right? And the police gets charged, but then he goes to court. You know, nothing happens. We all know the story on that, right? But as I said before, I want people to start understanding that it also has a lot to do with economics. Mm-hmm. The cop is not getting in trouble because as black people, we don't have economic power. Okay. See, when you have economic power, you force the hand of the powers to be when you can threaten them with removing your money. When you say, listen, if you don't get this cop taken care of and he don't face justice, we're not going to keep buying stuff from you. You know,
that's where the challenge started from, right?
Yeah. The challenge came out of the crisis that's going on in our society right now that the world is starting to be awakened to. Right. But black people, we've been dealing with this forever. Y'all just starting to see it because of videos and camera phones and stuff. And so that's what the Bank Black movement came out of. Mm-hmm. And when you study history, that's where it always came out of. It came out of the Civil Rights Movement. You know, when black people were forced to do their own thing. So even though things are more integrated now, but the ideal of integration wasn't for us to let go of our path completely. And we have. We let it go completely because once we gained access to dominant societies, banks, restaurants, jobs, so forth and so on, we just threw all our stuff on the back burner. So now we the one group of people in America that doesn't own anything. We don't own nothing. Asian people own stuff. White people own stuff. Jews own stuff. We don't own nothing. You know what we got? We got a nice collection of clothes and cars and jewelry. You understand? Yeah. All things that are materialistic, consumers. You know, so finding out that we are the number one consumer, it kind of changed me not wanting to just be a consumer.
And also, I mean, for me personally, by being a contributor, it encouraged me as well to see black businesses doing well. It encouraged me to, you know, do the same. So I think it's a good thing to support.
Yeah, I think it is too. I think it's needed. I think it's something that we haven't done since 50s and 60s at the latest. As I was saying before the break, I think, you know, my age group was like the last generation of seeing black people who had a concern for black people, had a concern for black communities, had a concern for black people moving forward. You know, like it irritates me when I talk to black people about supporting black and then they say, well, man, you know, we got to love everybody. It's not about love. It's about supporting your people. Right. Like we are so blind that we can't even see that this is how the other races support themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't have a problem with white people supporting white people. I don't have a problem with Asians supporting Asians. I completely get it. Right. I have a problem with black people not wanting to support black people. That's what I have a problem with. And I have a problem with black people thinking that if you're going to bank black or if you're going to support black businesses, that you're being racist. Like, come on, man, where do you get that garbage from? That is not what racism is, you know? And I know it's been programmed into them, but I guess the thing that amazes me that even though it's programmed there, you can still clearly see that the other races move ahead because of the support they give each other.
I just have a problem with black people just using all the excuses that they use to not support a black business.
Right.
Such as it's being racist, or what is the black business doing for them?
Right. Their ice is colder.
I just have a problem with just the excuses that black people have, period.
Right.
For just not supporting.
Yeah, and it really
because they're not
no
giving
excuse.
any reasons. Like, they're not giving no legitimate reasons. They're just giving excuses, and I just don't get that.
And the ones that do give reason are usually superficial.
Right.
You know what I mean? Superficial. Right. Now, don't get me
Something
wrong.
they heard.
I know there are plenty of black businesses out here that do need to get their act together and open up on time and keep your appointments and all that. But all black businesses are not like that.
We have to support black businesses so they can get more money to hire better people to get there on time and be customer service oriented. So still have to support them. Like, that's still not an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse at all. And
there's other businesses that makes the same mistakes as we do.
Yes, they do. But for some reason, we don't have a tolerance for us. And we have to change that. So at the Black Body Man Radio Show, we're going to change the way y'all think, man. We're going to start putting you on a page that deals with consciousness. You got to have some type of consciousness as a black person. You see what goes on with us in this society, in this world. So it's like, you know, we got a lot of nerve not to pay attention. And I know when it comes to consciousness, 9 out of 10, we're going to deal with the minority of us. Like, it ain't going to be the majority of us that even care.
Yeah,
because, you know, we have that mindset. But we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. So, you know, I take a vow that no matter what's going on in my life, I'm going to always try to contribute to a black business in one way, shape, or form. And I think that's a vow that all of us should make, because it's not going to hurt whatsoever. And you can start by supporting blackbodyman.com. Go on there, put some ads on there, man. It's our Craigslist. We got our own Craigslist now. Craig don't love you. Blackbodyman.com does love you. We're going to go to commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Let's rock this jungle.
Yeah!
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning!
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great!
And endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing!
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to.
Then what you're going to
this.
do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up
and go past the first 3 lights, and then take the next left.
I don't really think she's
5 more
happy,
blocks,
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park
anyway,
on the right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Black Body Man Radio Show. I'm your host, Brother Mike. We are here talking about the Bank Black Challenge. Not the Ice Challenge, not the Fire Challenge, but the Bank Black Challenge. And the whole point of it is trying to make us understand that we have to direct some of our money. We can't keep giving all our money to other groups that don't support us. So I can tell you myself, I'm going to make sure that I open up a black account through One United. And I'm also going to do my best to make sure that blackbydemand.com has a black bank account, because it's only appropriate. You know, we want to live by conviction. But having black banking, it's got so many benefits in it, man. You know, from strengthening our community to giving people access to financial services. Like, I'm sure you know, and I'm sure you've been a part of as much as I have, of cash and checks at the check cashing place. You know, like, isn't it ironic that, you know, all these type of places seem to be in black neighborhoods?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's never a problem to find somebody to cash that check.
Yeah, there's several of them.
Now, I can't speak for, you know, Baltimore, but because I'm from Harford County, but in Harford County, none of the check cashing places are owned by anybody black. You know, so even there, we still giving money away. I think the last time I may have been in a black check cashing center, it was probably in Baltimore. Yes. Right. It's a higher chance, right? Yeah. I don't believe I've seen any in Towson, Harford County. Like, if it is, I don't know where you are. Right. So right. If you are a black check cashing center in Harford County or Towson or somewhere, then you need to be on Black by Demand so we can find you. Right. Get on blackbydemand.com. I don't know nowhere else but in Baltimore. So if I'm missing you, I apologize, but get on Black by Demand so we can find you. Yes, get on blackbydemand.com, man. Everybody out here should be looking to place an ad on Black by Demand if it's anything they got to sell, or if they got a business, you know, and they want to advertise for their business. You know, have some pride, join the movement, get on blackbydemand.com, and support your local black radio stations. You can support the Black by Demand radio show by going to beexposedradio.com and clicking on sponsors/advertisements. You know, help us stay on the air. You know, like this isn't free, anybody, just so everybody knows. This isn't free, you know, so you got to help us stay on the air so we can keep bringing you, you know, these type of conversations. Yes, because believe it or not, there are a lot of people that's looking for black businesses, and we can't find them. Right. I am one myself. I can't find you. And because no advertising. Yes, no advertising. Right. And you're not in my neighborhood, you're not in my community. So if I go look around the neighborhood, if you're there, I'm not going to see you. Not going to see them, right. Please. And that is an issue that a lot of people say when they want to support black businesses, they don't know where they're at. So any black businesses out there, if you're listening, you need to get an ad placed on blackbydemand.com. You know, the ad will cost you $20. It's the best advertisement you ever do. Your people can find you as well as everybody else. You know, don't confuse the website with thinking it's only being used by black people. It's not. It's being used by all races, you know, because all races need a black business. And yes, and we have everybody have friends of all different races. Right. So we all associate with people from different races, and they like black business. We're sending so we want to help grow your business by giving it more visibility. Yeah, I send anybody to Black by Demand. It doesn't matter. That's right. Get on Black by Demand. If you don't own a business or you don't have nothing to sell, buy a t-shirt, buy a wristband, support the movement. Support the movement. Don't go through your life as a black person knowing the struggle that we go through as a people, and to know that your whole life did nothing towards it. All you did was concentrate on making sure you and your family was good. Okay? And it's also don't let that happen. And it's also good to be a contributor. I mean, yes. If you think about it, you know, when you go to work, you contribute something there every day. So contribute to your neighborhood, contribute to your community by supporting, you know, a black business. Speaking of support, so I see you have a Black by Demand t-shirt on. Can you get that shot in the camera right there? I do. See that? She rocking a Black by Demand t-shirt. I am. Something as small as that supports the movement. Support your people. Let alone the t-shirts, they nice. They fly. They soft cotton. So yeah, I appreciate you wearing that. Represent. You're welcome. And ladies, they do look. The t-shirts look cute with leggings. Right. So okay. All right. Get yourself a t-shirt. You hear that, ladies? Cute with leggings. I don't know nothing about that, but I'm with it. It does look cute. So I don't know nothing about it, but it looks cute. They come in white also. Yes. We got them in white also. We got them in white also. Get a t-shirt. So for the listeners we got out there listening, somebody please text in or call in and let me know if you feel like this show has increased you wanting to learn more about banking black and possibly even opening up a savings account, or even better yet, a checking account. Because we trying to push group economics onto our people. That is a big part of the Black by Demand radio show, and that is the single goal of blackbydemand.com. You know, trying to get some power in our hands. If you want us to be in a better situation and you want us to experience more justice and stop dealing with the things that we deal with, you have to play your part. You know, we are no longer in a state within this society where we as black people can sit back and act like all these problems we see black people going through ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? That's their problem. I'm straight. I've been at my job 17 years, blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, that may be true. Congratulations. But, you know, you still need to participate in bettering the future for yourself, for your children, for your relatives, for black people in general. So we got to play our part. We got to play our part.
Right. And if we still want to be competitive, let's be competitive in business and in the markets.
Yes.
Not competitive against
Let's compete with the people you're supposed to compete with.
Yes.
And they will respect you for competing.
Mm-hmm.
They really will. They will respect you for competing because you ain't sitting back, you know, complaining about your situation. And that's how a lot of our situations are viewed by other races.
Mm-hmm.
They see what's going on, but then they look at black people and say, well, what are you guys doing about it?
Right.
Oh, well, we marched in the streets and flipped some cars over and burnt some shit up. You know, that's what we, you get what I'm saying? So that ain't getting the job done. You know, I'm saying, let's talk. We can start right there.
Right.
To the solution to every problem that black people are having. My advice, and I'm just a regular guy, right? But I'm saying it all starts with us talking.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a platform where we're going to talk. You know, and I appreciate everybody tuning in to listen.
Yeah, and that's why I think this, I forgot what it's called. What is it? It's the tongue twister, the Black Bank Challenge.
Yeah, the Bank Black Challenge.
That's why I believe it's definitely a good thing because it's just gonna help. It's just gonna help our community and our neighborhood, and we can make them put their
money where their mouth is.
Yes.
Right, yeah. And that's what I'm looking forward to, right?
Let's make them put their money where their mouth
right.
is.
Let's challenge this.
Let's do this.
Right.
And just
let's challenge this. Let's bank black. Let's start putting some of our money, if not all, you know, into a black bank. And then when the time comes when you need financial services, let's see if they, you know, own up to it. You know what I mean? And get it done. You know, and I think we would all be pleasantly surprised because it's in the benefit of the bank.
Mm-hmm.
To, you know, do well for the community, or the customers are going to leave. You know, it doesn't take much for us to leave as it is. You know, one of the things that the CEO, Terry Williams of One United, said was she got a lot of complaints from black people that felt like they weren't welcomed when they came into certain banks. You know, they treat you a certain way. I mean, even Oprah ain't above it. Mm-hmm. You know, we all remember when Oprah went to Paris and they wouldn't sell her that purse for $3 grand. Like, what's $3 grand to Oprah? But see, they didn't see Oprah.
Right.
What they saw was a black person, and we ain't selling you nothing. So it can come at you from, you know, many different ways. But I'm excited. I'm excited about banking black. I'm excited about banking black. I'm excited to get an account open and then put it to the test and see if I get that sense of pride that I want, that sense of being treated fair and just being judged on my merits. I want to deal with some people that's trying to give me a yes, not trying to get me a no.
It's definitely, it's exciting. It's exciting and it's definitely encouraging. So I want to deal with the yes too. I want the yes too.
You want the yes too?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be nice. Or how about this? Even if you don't get the yes, how about just getting the truth on what you can do to get the yes? So even if they say, well, unfortunately, we're not able to approve the loan, but this is why.
As long as the truth keep me encouraged, it's good. So at least they're just not saying no and just telling you straight your number have to be at a certain amount. Like your credit score needs to be this or whatever. At least they could just give you the truth and give you a more, what's the word?
What about black businesses? How much will this benefit black businesses as black banks begin to strengthen? Because as a business owner myself, as an entrepreneur, Like I've never taken on a business loan. I've never even wasted my time trying to get one because I know they're not giving it up. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not, they're not giving it up.
Of course, it would strengthen black businesses because now, the black business, have a fallback plan. It's not just their dollar they're counting on for this business to succeed. They also have that business loan that, they can use as a lower nest egg to get them started. So it won't be just everything they make and they have to put it straight back in the business.
Right. Before they can even start making any type of profit. Yeah, because
because most people
we
that
usually
go
don't
in
have
business,
that loan.
Yeah, most people that go in business, they have to use their own dollars.
Yeah, well, that's what I had to do. I've never had a business loan. I mean, I knew that, there's just certain things they don't do. Now, of course, I know it's black people out there watching like, oh, that's not true. I got a business loan. I know somebody else got a business loan. Yeah, but the point we're making is,
like you won't
right, it's rare. Right, we're not saying nobody gets it.
There are people that get business loans.
But you kind of got to be a part of that special group that they want to take that chance with. They got to really look at your business and feel like this business is going to profit, so let us go ahead and give him that money.
And they're going to give some people a chance. They're not going to tell everybody, though.
So let me go over the numbers again in case anybody missed it. African Americans make up 13.2% of the U.S. population, yet there are only 21 banks owned by African Americans out of nearly 6,000. That's 0.04%. That's unacceptable. We have to do better at supporting these banks. So the whole moral is not only just accepting the Bank Black Challenge, but then understanding that you need to give support to black businesses, period. All together. We need support. We can't survive and we can't move forward if we don't have the support of our people. And we shouldn't question that at all because we are supporting everybody else's businesses. So as a black person, a black American in the United States of America, if you ever feel that you'd like to know why other races do better than us, financially, business-wise, so forth and so on, the answer is because of you. Because we're the ones spending money on it. So they do well because of us. So I'm saying we have to apply that same approach to our businesses. We got to make our businesses do well.
And we have to start creating businesses for our kids as well, too.
Yes. Well, Banking Black could lead to that, right? Because now you can get that loan and get your business started. So now when your child goes off to college, gets that master's degree, he or she can come home and use that skill set in your business. Get you up to the millions status instead of, going out here, begging for a job from somebody else that ain't going to treat you fair.
Yeah, we have to start being able to pay for our kids' college educations instead of having them in this big debt before they even start their career.
Right.
Of paying back these loans for college.
Yeah, we got to build empires.
We have to start making plans.
We got to build empires. I love how
pay for our kids' college education.
I love how Dr. Claude Anderson, if you guys are not familiar with him, you can look him up. But I love how he says, as black people, we have to stop only leaving our kids the advice of get a job. Like build a business, build a legacy. Your child can't inherit a job. So even though everything looked good as a job, right? But like the job eventually comes to an end. So if you haven't done other things with your money, invest in or starting a business on the side or whatever, once it's all said and done and you leave the earth, you really didn't leave your kid nothing. There's no empire. They got to do the same thing you did, which is go out here, and just try to survive out here and work.
But that's another reason we need to get these black banks to this $1 billion too, so they can start having the money, to help our kids get these businesses.
Yeah, I think One United is going to be the first one to make it to that status, and when they do, it's going to feel good to know that I played my little part. With my little $100 savings account or my little checking account.
It's gonna feel great to know that I played the part too.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm in a house with a couple of kids who's looking to start their own businesses. So this is coming right on time. Yeah. Because I'm gonna need these black banks to help them.
Yeah.
When they're ready to open that business.
Right. Get that business rocking.
So, yes.
So we're going to bank black, everybody. We're going to start banking black. Now, it's not to say you got to close accounts with other businesses. We're not saying that. We're just saying have some of your banking be, black banking. So you can say that you're supporting something dealing with black people. So look, it's the Black by the Man radio show. We're going to go to our final commercial break. And then we're going to be back and we're going to conclude this segment. I love this show. I hope everybody learned a few things. So we'll be right back.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Black by the Man radio show. If any of you guys missed the show, today's show was about the Bank Black Challenge, where it was issued initially by Killer Mike, a particular rapper from like the 90s, early 2000s. And then it was picked up by the CEO of One United Banks. One United happens to be the largest black-owned bank in America. So she issued the challenge out as well for us to bank black. And she says, at a minimum, open a $100 savings account, through One United, just to participate in this movement we got going on to strengthen our communities and strengthen us as a people here in this particular society, where dominant society has not you know, proven to want that to happen. So we got to do it ourselves. So that's what today's topic was about. And the conclusion is that, you know, when you bank black, you're going to deal with everything from a sense of pride of knowing that you're participating in something that your people built, and you're participating in helping to get your people in a better position. You're using your money the same way you would put it in Wells Fargo's or Bank of America, using your money to deposit in there so they can use it for more positive things to help black people, because that's what's happening with your money anyway. When you put your money in the bank, like, they lending that money out to other people, and that's the whole irony of it. But they're not going to lend it to you, at least not as easily as other people can get it. So banking black, I think it's a wonderful idea. I am going to live by conviction, and I am definitely going to open up a savings account with One United, possibly a checking account. And then after that, then I'm going to look into Harbor Bank and see if I can get something going on down here, because I don't want to live my life knowing as a black person that there were so many things that I was dissatisfied with, and I think we are dissatisfied with as a people. And then I'm not going to live my life knowing I did nothing to participate in it, because this is a way of participating without you, for lack of better terms, I'll say, being on the front line. You know, you can participate by banking black, supporting black businesses.
And I'm definitely going to give Harbor Bank a try, and I'm going to call out my family, friends, co-workers, and anybody else in our community who don't have a checking account yet to give it a try as well.
Harbor Bank, you hear that? So once again, Brother Mike, Black by the Man Radio Show. Harbor Bank, I'm calling you out. We need you guys to support the Black by the Man Radio Show, and we're going to open some accounts at your bank. That's the local one right here in downtown Baltimore. So yeah, I'm definitely going to participate in that. If you can't, Black Bank, which I really don't see a reason why you couldn't, but make sure you also support black businesses. If you know a black business, support that black business. Go in there, buy an item from time to time. You know, don't just pass them by. Support them one way or another.
And I know a lot of times we give black businesses a bad rap with customer service.
Right.
But there are a lot of black businesses who have excellent,
great customer service. But we don't tend to remember them. We don't tend to remember them. I mean,
there are a few who may not, but there are a lot who just does. And I've had great experiences with plenty of black businesses, and I would love to be able to use black businesses more. So
right.
I'm in Harford County now, and I
don't think I like how you said that. I don't think I like how she said that. She said that like that wasn't good.
I'm in Harford County now, and I don't see a lot of black businesses around. Of course, I see. There's
not a lot. Most of the black businesses in Harford County that I know of are usually barbershops or salons, which is fine. Which is absolutely fine. Right.
See barbershops and salons, and it bothers me a little because I have a big family, and I do have nieces and nephews, and I also have a lot of friends who comes to me for me to refer a business to them, whether it's about their car or just a clothing store or anything, and I just cannot direct them to a black business because I just do not know where you are.
Right, yeah, and that's a problem. I mean, I pose the question all the time, and I'll pose it right now, you know, for everybody out there listening, which is, when's the last time you seen an advertisement for a black business? Rather that business is a barbershop, a salon, a chicken box spot, you know, whatever. But like, when's the last time you seen advertisement for it? And this is what I want, you know, black people and black business owners to understand. I mean, you have to advertise.
Do we have black car dealerships?
Right.
Like,
got none of that.
Where the black tire places at?
Right.
Like, we're just looking for you. Like, where are you?
And for our listeners, whether you have a black business or not, if you know people who have black businesses, challenge them to put an ad on blackbythemand.com. Let them know that their business needs to be exposed more to the public so we can find them as African Americans. You know, challenge them. So again, in conclusion, we're challenging everybody to the Bank Black Challenge as we was challenged ourselves. We think it's a good move. Always support black businesses. Support your black radio stations. Become a sponsor. Donate. Have your ads ran during the commercial breaks. But let's get in gear, folks, and realize where our power lies at. We have to support each other. We cannot make it without each other. We cannot make it without each other. So on this show, we enjoyed talking about this. Hopefully those who tuned in learned something about banking black, about supporting black businesses. And we're looking forward to do the next show. But we can only stay here if you guys give us the love and support. So we need that. So on behalf of blackbydemand.com, BeExposedRadio.com, and the Black by Demand Radio Show, I'm Brother Mike, and I thank everybody for tuning in. This is my guest, Miss Janice McCaffity. Appreciate you showing up, Miss Janice, and rocking the Black by Demand shirt. You know, I couldn't have asked for anything any better. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. And again, I'm Brother Mike with the Black by Demand Radio Show. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. You already know, the black side. Peace.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is. This fly teeth my